Okay.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, your work is very known here, especially in Miami, because you're a Miami-based artist. But how does it affect culturally your work, like the Miami culture, and how is it important to create a dialogue? You know, mainly, well, now with this work at FIU and also in the Miami area.
Well, here, Miami is a unique place and is considered the third art center. New York, LA, and Miami.
Yeah.
Bonnie Clearwater at MoCA did a show called Art of the 90s. And was considering in 1996 how Miami was or was becoming an art center. I still think it's got a long way to go, but it's a unique place and it's a hub. People come in from all around the world. You have the Herzog and the Moran Museum coming in, and there's tons of ideas and traditions that artists are exposed to that you wouldn't be exposed to, say, in North Carolina. For example, that Brancusi piece, that comes directly from living here, because I was looking at some of the procedures and religious activities in Cuba, you know, rites and traditions. So I was looking at the alagua, this coconut.
Mm-hmm.
And the coconut is used in many cultures as a spirit catcher or a spiritual vessel that you put in your house, and often they're decorated, and they're found all around the world. It's really funny, but also in Miami. But that reminded me of Brancusi studying cultures and looking at coconuts and mass. So that piece came out of talking to someone in Miami, going to Santeria shops, studying the culture around me.
Nice. Would you identify your work in a certain type of movement? Because I think you have a very minimalist type of work. But would you describe it as so?
Yeah, there's some post-minimal things happening in there. But I just constantly mix it up, and depending on what's available to me, material-wise or whatnot. One piece I did was I took 9 Coney Island bumper cars that somehow migrated their way down from Coney Island, New York. And they went to Hialeah, and they were in a junkyard, just stacked up. And I recognized that they were these Coney Island bumper cars. So I restored them completely, and I added on vibrating motors, giant Pirelli inner tubes, and rocking devices. And I put together a piece called Zon, Z-O-N, for my first solo show in Miami, which was at the Museum of Contemporary Art. And that was in '96. So it was called Zon, and it was this piece where you would climb into the boats in a darkened room. Silk curtains would envelop you, while 27 balloons made of silk inflated around you. And then the room would darken, and then the temperature would lower because I arranged for the vents to open further. And then there was aromatherapy used, Brazilian citrus, a citrus leaf extract that makes you very relaxed. It's like a soporific. And so people would sit in these bumper boats and rock and vibrate, and then they'd be lulled sometimes to sleep. And that piece was purchased by a collector in Paris who collects art installations, and it went into a collection there. It was actually sent by mistake, FedEx overnight, like 4 times of work.
Yeah.
All right. So